arms, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare, and it's time for another book haul video. I haven't done one in a long time, but that doesn't mean I've stopped getting books. It just means I've been slacking and being a lazy piece of crap. But there's a ton over here, but I'm grabbing some really awesome ones to show off in this video. Some that kind of inspired me to do this, and some that I didn't even know there was a novelization for that I saw and bought. So let's get right into it. First off, this is going to be the one that inspired me to do this because at a young age I had this book and I thought it was awesome. I don't even remember reading it. I just loved that in the middle section it had pictures of the movie, and I always thought the movie was so strange and unusual. The book is The Dark Crystal, and I wish I could say this is the copy that I had as a child, but I had to buy a new one. Well, not a new one, a used one, but it's pretty beat up. But I kind of like the beat up old books. Just it gives it character and stuff, and just feels different in the smell. But I could have the book somewhere at my parents' house. I'd have to check. But yeah, I've wanted this in the collection just because it was one of my earliest memories of kind of movie novelizations, and one of the first things that kind of sparked my imagination when it came to books and the bridge to kind of movies and cinema. And this one definitely did that. And here's the little inserts there of the movie stills that kind of intrigued me as a kid and made me want to check out the film. And then I did check out the film and kind of got hooked in the whole weird world of Jim Henson's kind of puppet movies, I guess you could call them, like with that and Labyrinth. But awesome little book. Not a big read, so if you want to have a fast little read with a cool story, definitely get this one. But I'm gonna have to read it and see what differs from the movie to page or whatever happened. But cool stuff to have in the collection, and one that I'm gonna check out sometime when I just feel like having a nice little read. Maybe this summer I'll just sit out in the sun and do a little quick read. But yep, that's that one. And then we have, it's a pretty cool movie to have a movie novelization for, because not a lot of people, they know the movie from one of the famous scenes where a person's head explodes. And the movie is Scanners. So I'm interested to see what the novelization is like, how it captures that weird espionage world of people that can explode people with their minds. It's just really interesting what Cronenberg was able to do, and I'm interested to see what this is all about. So the novel's by Leon Whiteson, based on the original screenplay, so it's based on the screenplay of Scanners by David Cronenberg. So it's going to be very close to the film and hopefully give a little more insight into characters and motivations, things like that. And this one does have little images, lots of weird-ass image, from the movies spliced in different chapters. But it doesn't look like it's a big read, but it looks really interesting, and I was really glad to pick it up. I didn't really know there was a movie novelization for this one. And for The Dark Crystal, I don't even know if it even said on there if this is based on a A.C.H. Smith author, but don't know if it's based off of any screenplay. But yep, Scanners, awesome, cool sci-fi espionage kind of film, I guess, and it's great to see it in a little novelization form. But let's move it on to something fun and ridiculous and holy fantasy and 80s, because it's got Arnold Schwarzenegger in it. This is the sequel to the crazy barbarian Conan. This is Conan the Destroyer. And yeah, I know it's not as loved as the first film, but I think Conan the Destroyer is what I grew up with first before taking on the first film when I was a kid. And that was my Conan for a while, and then I saw the first original one and loved that one even more. But I still have a special soft spot for this film, and it's kind of interesting to see it on. I have the first Conan movie novelization is downstairs in the bookshelf, where this is going to go right next to it. But yeah, The Destroyer by Robert Jordan. So this is going off of the actual Robert Jordan story. I don't know if it doesn't per se. I don't think it's going to go off of the movie as much because all the Conan films are off of Robert Jordan's stories, which I have a fat stack down there of all the original Conan, the Buccaneer, the Adventurer, all those books. I grabbed them up in a lot sale, so I'm interested to dive into those ones, even though they're not based on movies. Just great, awesome fantasy. But yeah, this one, it looks like it's just the direct book by Robert Jordan, and I don't know how much it's going to follow the actual film. But that's the fun about these kind of novelizations, is seeing what they choose to focus on, even though they do heavily promote, you know, the Conan, Arnold Schwarzenegger version of Conan. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not well versed in the workings of Robert Jordan's interactions with the films and things like that. But yeah, cool little pickup, and it's going to go great with the original. But let's move it on to a fun, super fun, and I view it as a modern sci-fi just because, I mean, it's probably like 20-some years old now, but I just remember seeing it in theaters multiple times. So I think my one friend went to see this movie 5 or 6 times. He couldn't stop. I like, are you going again to the movie? But the movie is The Fifth Element, and awesome, fun, energetic, just a great film by Luc Besson, and pulls a lot from French kind of sci-fi. I know Mobius has a big pull, and a lot of the elements that come together on this. But this is a novel by Terry Bison, who knows, from the screenplay by Luc Besson and Robert Mark Kamen, based on a story by Luc Besson. So it is based off the screenplay, so this will probably follow pretty closely to it. And I know the movie by heart, even lines. So it's going to be interesting to read this one and see how they expand the world even more than they did in the film. And that's going to be really awesome, because I know the biggest part about the appeal of this film is that the visuals and the editing style and the creativity in which comedy and just the splicing of transitions where one character's talking and then it cuts to another who finishes the sentence, but they're talking about the same subject. Like that kind of clever kind of play with editing and stuff like that is what brings the movie to life. So I'm wondering if that carries over to the novelization. We will see, but I love the story in general. And yeah, just a really awesome film. I wish there were more movies like this out there, but I guess that's what makes it so special. But awesome. I have so many books I want to read next, but I just can't pick which one because I have so many awesome ones. Right now I'm reading The Mist. It's Stephen King's, I guess, novella. It was titled, what the hell was it? I just had it in my head. Shit. I had it in my head and now it's gone. I'm going to waste time just trying to think about it. But The Mist, it is surprisingly so close to the film. So Frank Darabont must have religiously shot that film with the novel and the story in mind, because there is so much similar. I don't think it veers too much off, and I'm almost way past half, and it's the movie. So he did an amazing job adapting it, and I'm enjoying that one. But I don't know what I'm gonna do next. I might do Fifth Element next. I might do one of these ones in here next. Who knows? The world is my oyster, and I got tons and tons of books to read. But up next is a movie that is my favorite. Some people hate it. The movie's not a good adaptation of the character, but it is a fun sci-fi yarn, and it is Judge Dredd with Sylvester Stallone. I know what you're saying. The movie is something, but I enjoy it. I have fun with it. And to be completely honest, the movie is my first introduction into the world of Judge Dredd. I never really had the opportunity to have the comics. They never came across my eyes when I was a younger kid, and this one was my introduction into that world. So I'm grateful for that, even though it does stray a bit from the source material. But I love it. It's fun, ridiculous. Rob Schneider is so damn annoying in the movie, but I force myself to look past that and just enjoy the weird splendor of it all and the crazy characters and interactions and stuff like that. It's an interesting film. I know it was a flop, but interesting nonetheless. But it's a novel by Neil Barrett Jr., based on the screenplay by William Wisher and Stephen E. DeSouza. So another one based off the screenplay, so we're going to follow pretty closely to the book. And yeah, don't really have much more to say about this. It's kind of stopped. But yeah, interested to read it. But let's go, because we got a couple more. Didn't want to make this video too long, but I can't stop talking. Next up is an awesome film directed by Walter Hill of the Warriors fame. I've always loved this movie, even when I first saw it when I was like a teenager. And it kind of just fell by the wayside. Nobody really talks about it. Nobody really says if they like it or not. But it is Last Man Standing. I was going to say The Last Man Standing, but it's just Last Man Standing with Bruce Willis. I always thought it was just a really cool film with some great performances, and just it's all located in this dusty old town where all these assassins and hired guns are kind of vying for I don't even know, I can't even remember what the hell the thing, they're just trying to stay alive, and I think Bruce Willis' character is pitting people against each other, and this is two warring factions. It's a age-old story, but adapted really well, and this one is novel by Jerome Pressler, based on the screenplay written and directed by Walter Hill. So another screenplay. Yeah, just a really cool film, and one that I'm gonna have to watch, because like I said, I enjoyed it, but I was a teenager, so it's a long time ago. That is a long time ago for sure. But and I remember half the people in here, like Bruce Dern's in the movie. Christopher Walken, I mean, I vividly remember him, but that was probably my first introduction to him through this film, or one of my first introductions to him. But yeah, it was an interesting pickup, because I did not, when I think of movie novelizations, the last movie I would think of is Last Man Standing, but here it is in my hands and in my collection, so interesting stuff. But let's just round it out with one more. So let's keep this nice and not too long of a video. But this one is the best for last. This is the one I want to probably read next, just because I was thrilled to know there was a novelization of this movie. I love the movie to death. So much fun. So many great characters and memorable moments and lines. And it's just diabolical all around. The movie is Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight. And yeah, this one's so much damn fun, and I am really excited to read about it and to see what they do with the story outside of the film. But it looks like it's based on the screenplay as well. The novelization is by Randall Boyle, based on the screenplay by Ethan Reef, Cyrus Voris, and Mark Bliss, because it's cut off. I can't tell what the guy's name is. But yeah, like I said, I was very, very happy to see that there was a novelization for this. And most likely this is going to be the next book I'm going to read, just because I want to get into back into this weird world of demons and people with blood vials trying to keep the evil at bay. Just fun, crazy stuff. But yeah, it's Demon Knight. But that is going to be it for the book haul video. Not that many, but I talked a lot about this stuff. More than I usually do. I don't know why. I'm a chatterbox today. But great bunch of books, and I'm going to be putting it on the shelf with the rest of my stuff. And hopefully get some more of these videos out so I can stop piling these on the ground here. Because it's taking up space in the moving room. But guys, that's it. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you saw some books you'd like to read this summer. Yeah, so keep reading, have fun with movies, and love life. See you guys later at the next Lucid Nightmare. See ya!